I had pulled a bunch of stuff out of my attic that I knew I needed to go through because I had read a bunch of stuff on the Swedish Death Cleaning thing, right? That book that came out, and then everybody's doing Swedish Death Cleaning. And I said to John, "Oh, John, we need to clean our attic because we don't want our poor kids to have to climb their little butts up there to clean up our mess when we're gone." You know, like that's okay. That's what I was thinking because I got to thinking that's everything I was hearing people talk about. I thought they're right. They're right. That's probably we shouldn't do that. Our parents did that to us. Then I got to thinking, that's not. So I pulled everything out of the attic. That's what I did. And I didn't have time to go through it all. So I crammed it all into this second bedroom where I want to turn that into a guest room, but I can't because I have all the attic crap in there to go through so that I don't leave my kids with all this stuff when I'm gone. Well, I started thinking about it. I went in that room today because I thought I need to clean out that room because when I clean out the attic, this is that domino Tetris game thing I was talking about the other day. When I go through the bathroom, which they're going to be here the day after tomorrow to remodel our bathroom, I'm going to put stuff in tubs. And then I'm going to put those tubs in that room. Now there's a car pulling up right next to me, and they're going to think I'm nuts. So just going to pretend I'm on the phone. They don't know, right? They don't know that I'm not on the phone. So anyway, I started going through I peeked my head in that room, the attic room. I'm just calling it the attic room. I thought I'm going to go through there, move some of that stuff, and then I'm going to have room for my my tubs from the bathroom so that when they're remodeling the bathroom, I'll have a place for the big, there's a big closet in there. So I'll talk about that. We'll talk about that some more on another video, but not on this video. So I got to thinking, I got all this stuff in the attic, in the second bedroom that's going to be the guest room that is currently now I'm calling it the attic room. It's my attic. And I'm supposed to go through it all and make sure that my poor kids don't have to do too much after I'm gone. And I got to thinking about that. And I thought, what the heck? What? So I have this empty attic with tons of storage up there that I moved everything out of to save my kids. Now, what's in that room now? I'm looking through it. There's all this stuff, like my daughter's beautiful communion dress. I love it. I'm not going to get rid of it. Does she want it? No, she doesn't want it. She tells me I don't have room at my place. Like, I don't want it. But does she want me to get rid of it? Probably not. I don't want to get rid of it. I have some china from her great-grandmother. I'm not getting rid of it, but I don't want to use it. And she doesn't want it in her house right now. But if she did, she could have it. If you're watching, any of my kids, I'm going to have 3 kids now. I love you all. So, you guys can have it. The girls can have it. So, and son, you have something else. Well, no, I have some dishes for him too. So you know what? It is all good. But I have all these dishes and so what am I going to do with them? So now they're in the attic room and I pulled them out and they were heavy. I pulled them out of the attic. They're in the room. And now I'm thinking, where am I going to put them? I told John, I said, this is ridiculous. This is just ridiculous. We're going to take all that crap, the Letterman's jacket from high school, the pictures and things that I don't really need to look at again. But one day I want my kids to have those pictures. One day I want the kids to have their great-grandmother's china and they can decide. I want my daughter to have her communion dress one day. Maybe she'll want to do something with that one day. Who knows, down the line. Now they don't care at this. They're in their 30s. They don't care. They might care later. So I told John, here at Sam's Club, I'm going to get some more tubs. We're going to cram all that stuff into tubs. I'm going to mark it with their names on it, and I'm going to shove it right back up in the attic. And then when I'm gone, they can get their little butts up there and they can get the tubs down. We don't have to ever go up there again. That's the joy of it. But it'll be labeled and they can go up there and get it. And honestly, when my parents and John's parents passed away, bless their hearts, they left us a house full of stuff. I mean, a house full of stuff. Was it fun to go through? No, but it builds strength. You know, those types of things, they build strength. And I don't know. I know there's some horror stories. Some families have horror stories to share about those times. It was a tough time for us, but John and his siblings got along so well, and they worked as a team. And was it hard? Yeah, it was really, really, really difficult. But I also think that having something to do during that time helped, because what else were we going to do? If it was all done, we just sit around and miss them. At least we had something to do. So I'm going to give my kids the gift of something to do when I'm gone, so they don't have to sit around and be all sad and miss me. Plus, I'm going to be haunting them while they're up there in the attic. I will. I'm going to haunt you guys. So now I feel so much better. And, you know, I'm kind of saying this jokingly, but I'm dead serious. I'm doing this. I'm putting this stuff back up there, and only the stuff that I don't want to get back up there and get. There's quite a bit of it. Stuff I don't want to get rid of. I want to keep it for them, but I don't want to get rid of it. But I don't need to see it again. If I never see it again, that's okay with me. I've already accepted the fact that we're probably going to be in this house forever because of John's radio station. He has got an amateur radio station with towers and antennas, and you know, like some people live in a lighthouse, we live in an antenna house, like seriously. And we have like a 60-foot tower up right in our right up our house. So I'm not kidding when I say I feel like I live in an antenna house. I'm glad he has that hobby. And for us to move it'd be a nightmare. I mean, it'd be really tough. We would do it if we have to, but our hope is to stay in shape, fix up our house, and live happily ever after under the antennas. Like seriously. The kids, I don't know what to tell you. You're going to be stuck with all that. If I go first, I told John, well, he better hope I go first, because if he goes first, I told him I'm going to just take all the stuff in the house, and I'm going to go move into a little condo place, and just whoever buys the house gets all the junk. I'm going to give them a really good deal. They can have all that stuff. It's going to just be, you know, as is with a good price tag. They can deal with all the stuff. And he said, no, you got to get up in the attic, and you got to get all those boxes I've saved up there. This is the garage attic that's over the garage. That's a whole other story. He's got every box from every radio and everything he's ever bought. He saves the box, puts it up in the attic, and he says, well, when I go, you're going to have to look through all those boxes, pull them down, and then put the radios back in the boxes, because you'll get more money when you sell them on eBay. And I said, I'm not selling them on eBay, and they're not going back in the boxes. You might as well throw those boxes away. Unless I go first and you want to sell them, that's fine. But if you go first, I'm just going to sell this house as is. So somebody who wants a radio tower with a amateur radio station, it will be the perfect buy. And I will be living down the street in this condo place with a little apartment. Seriously, that's kind of where I see myself. But hopefully we both live to a ripe old age, and we you know, like, we'll be healthy enough. That's the plan. That's why I work out, eat my supplements, try to take care of myself. Okay, well, that's my video today, guys. I want to thank you so much for being here. I'm here at Sam's Club, and I'm getting containers, and the bathroom remodel begins in a couple of days. Super excited about that. My goal is to get content out Monday, Wednesday, and Friday mornings. I'm hoping to do that. And I would maybe even a little more. I don't know, but at least Monday, Wednesday, I'm going to get back to my old vlogging schedule. Monday, Wednesday, Friday mornings. And I'm just going to be chatting with you from my empty nest, or my empty nest car, or my empty nest camper. And wherever my mind is, wherever I'm at, physically, mentally, I'm going to be talking about that. And I'm just going to be vlogging old school and talking about all kinds of stuff. So if that sounds interesting, I hope that you'll stick around. I'm Vicki Marie, by the way, and this is my vlog, and I'm so glad you're here. Take really good care, and let's keep on keeping on.